Hey, so it's your favorite author coach here, and I'm going to break down how you can input your details, update, or even input your categories and descriptions and keywords as you are uploading your book onto Amazon KDP's platform. So let's get into it. So first of all, you want to make sure you go to kdp.amazon.com. And you want to make sure you have your account created. If this is your first time, then this will be a brand new title. There'll be nothing inside of your bookshelf. I've created several titles, so I have a few in here. If you are starting from scratch, what you're going to do is go ahead and click this create button right here. If you are going to use something that you already previously uploaded and maybe you haven't finished, so I can go to this one and I'm going to continue setup. So this is exactly how it would look for you. The first section is going to be paperback details. Input the title. If there's a subtitle, make sure you put that there as well. If this is a part of a previous series, you can make sure you identify it. If it's a brand new book, then you won't have to worry about this series section. Edition number, you most likely don't have to worry about that either. You're going to input the author name. So I'm going to input my name. Now, if you have contributors, people that are inside of the book, you can add other authors. So for collaboration books, I always have other authors inside of the book, and I make sure to add their name onto the book. Or if you have an editor, editing company, if you have someone writing the foreword, you can add this as well. Okay. Now the description, I like to play around with this as far as inputting this because you want to make it look cool. So like, for example, if there's a section, you want to make sure you have these two lines bulleted, then you can bullet them, right? Let's say you want to have a word or two, you want to have it in bold. You can bold it to make sure it stands out. You can italicize it. You can underline maybe a title you're highlighting. There's different ways that you can format it. You can format certain parts of it as the heading. It's really up to you. It's just how you decide to go about doing it, okay? All right, so this is important as well. You want to make sure you select that you own the copyright. If it's a public work, then of course don't select that. But if you own the copyright, then make sure you select that. Also, let us know if there's any explicit images or titles. If not, select no. If there's like a certain reading age, then I would submit this for like children's book, but not for all types of books. I would specify this, but it's not really that important. So I'm not going to do it for this book right here. Now, if this is a low content book that you are uploading, you want to make sure you let Amazon know that because you do not want it to flag your book. So if it's a journal, if it's a notebook, it's a planner, then you want to go ahead and select it. Now you want to make sure you choose your categories, okay? So you want to make sure you choose your categories. This is so important. You want to go through what are the categories that you can actually choose from. Business, money, there's a lot of different ones that you can choose. I'm just going to go ahead and choose something, education, teaching, and then you can go ahead and choose a subcategory. Maybe it's a part of higher education, schools and teaching. You can choose that, and then you could even specify even more. Is it for homeschooling? Is it teacher and student mentoring? Is it professional development? There's so many different categories you can add, and then once that's done, you're going to hit save. Okay. And now this is where you want to enter keywords in that are related to your book. So you may want to do a little research with this. Okay. So different things for this book, I might enter teachers thinking beyond the class or something like that, right? Or beyond the classroom, let's say that. And then the publication date should be set to whatever date it's published on, unless it was a book that's already previously published. Then you can release it for sale, or you can schedule your book's release. If you schedule your book's release, you can actually choose a date where it's going to become visible and purchasable on Amazon. So this does not mean you can accept pre-orders. This is just saying you do not want your book released until three weeks from now or whatnot. So you can choose it, okay? But I'm going to select it to release my book for sale now whenever it's fully uploaded and ready. Then you go to the next page. This is very important right here, this next page here, because this is where you can get your free KDP ISBN. You're going to hit assign ISBN. If you're adding your own, then you're going to make sure you have your ISBN number that you purchased from Bowker, and you're going to go ahead and put the publisher name. So whatever name you have listed. Now this is the interior. What type of ink and paper do you want it to be on? Do you want it to be, I normally choose black and white with white paper. That's pretty much the go-to. Then you want to choose your book size. If it's a different size, go ahead and select the different size. Okay. And you can always enter one in, but it needs to be whatever your designer did when designing your interior for your book. Okay. And then you can select this option, no bleed or bleed. And I would definitely recommend you make sure you communicate that with whoever is helping you with your project. And you can choose the cover for matte or glossy. I always choose glossy. Then you want to upload your manuscript, and then you want to upload your book cover. So these are all the important details when inputting like your book, and then the categories and everything. And then did you use AI? If so, you have to actually specify what type. How did you use it? Was it some sections? Was it a lot? All that good stuff. If you didn't use any AI, then go ahead and select no. And then you can always preview what they have to show you. Okay. So that is pretty much how you would input these important details. The last page literally is just your pricing. What do you want the book to be priced at? I'm unable to actually go to that right now because I have to actually upload something in order to go to that. Okay. Okay, so since I wanted to make sure I show you all the details and everything you need to know, I actually went into another book on my bookshelf, and I'm going to go ahead and go to paperback rights and pricing just so you can see how it would look. Okay, this will be the very last page. This book is already published, by the way. So all territories, I wanted to primarily sell on Amazon.com. Okay, you can always choose UK or different sites, but I'm in the US. And then you price it. Whatever you price it as is going to show you how much does it cost to print, and it's also going to show you your royalty on what you're going to make from each sale. Okay. So if you know, like, you're like, I want to make at least $12 from each sale, then just bring up the price, bring it up and see how much it goes up to, right? You can always play around with it. And then still it's not $12, keep bringing it up. Okay. So that's pretty much all you have to do. And then you can request a proof copy. And yeah, and then you can hit publish once you are ready and you approved it. And that's pretty much it, how to upload your details on Amazon.